back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. And I'm going back to work tomorrow, for fuck's sake. I'm doing 4 days. I'm doing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's it. I want to feel it out. I want to see where I'm at with it. I'm not looking forward to it, though. All I'm doing in there is pulling some fucking levers. And that still sounds like a nightmare to me. Anyway, we'll see how that goes tomorrow on 1 hour's sleep. So anyway, something interesting happened last night. A listener of the podcast sent me in a hypothetical. Could be a new segment. Monday Hypothetical. Send me in a hypothetical. So, a ray of sunshine. That's what she's called herself. Obviously a self-given nickname. She sends this to me. I have a question for you, if I may. So pretend that you're single. I'm like, all right, yep, done. So you're single, then you meet this girl and you get on kind of like a house on fire connection type thing. You're completely sober and there's no drugs. And you haven't had sex yet. So you talk with this girl for about a week and now you know you definitely like her. Then she says, Boyle, I wasn't always a girl. How would you feel? Would you give it a go? So when she asked me that, I thought she was asking because that's her situation. I thought she used to be a dude, so I had to tiptoe around it a little bit. I couldn't give the hard fuck no. Fuck no. Because I thought she might be a tranny. Even though she told me she has a kid, I was like, maybe she's the dad. That's how dumb I am. I'm like, oh my God, does this girl have a dick? Is she her kid's dad? So I had to play it cool. I'm like, that's a real hard question. That is real difficult. Would I do it? Would I run with it? Sober's the big curveball, isn't it? Because drunk, it's a hard yes. It's like, yeah, 110%. And then you got to define how drunk is drunk. One beer, and then you just pretend you've been drinking all day. Boyle, I wasn't always a girl. I was hoping you weren't. But sober's different. Sober's real different. Then she's like, okay, she's in the middle of transitioning. Would it make you feel better if she had a vagina? I'm like, yeah, it would make me feel better if she had a fucking pussy. A dick is almost a deal breaker. That would have to be one hell of a fucking personality. That would have to be a real hot fucking dude with tits that can just make me laugh and feel good about myself while I kiss him and jerk him off. Her off, I don't know. How good are these converted dick vaginas anyway? I've always been curious to know what they look like, but I've never had the balls to Google dick into vagina time lapse. Imagine watching that in time lapse. And how good are these surgeons? Can they really sculpt a dick into something as magnificent as a vagina? That's a real big part of it. How good do those dick pussies look? And do they operate the same way? Like, is it the same sort of structure? Or do you get halfway in and hit pelvis? These are the questions that need to be asked. There's hypotheticals within this hypothetical. Because then you've only got the ass. And that's what she said. She's like, I'm sure you've done that before with a girl. I'm like, hey, a gentleman never talks. And she's like, so if you've done that before, what's the difference here? I'm like, there's a little bit of a difference. I have to introduce her to my mates and shit. Like, hey boys, here's my little lady, Gary Etta. Yep, Gary Etta. They're like, I knew Boyle was a little fucked up, but I didn't know he'd take it this far. I'm like, it's all about personality, lads. I don't think I'm open-minded enough for that. Then you also have to take into consideration, do you want to have kids? Like, as much as you want to pretend Garrietta didn't used to be a dude, you're still not going to be able to have kids with Garrietta. You can adopt. Who the fuck would want to adopt? For starters, it's hard enough to love your biological kids. Now I'm walking down the street, sober, no drugs, with Garrietta, and my African kids. Just yelling at Garrietta going, why couldn't you change your fucking name to Claire or something? Do you know how quickly I would abandon that family? No, seriously. Seriously. Like, even if the slightest argument, I would abandon that family. Yeah, I don't think so. I think I would rather fuck a girl who looks like a dude but has a vag. And then just trick them, just go, oh, I tell you what my fantasy is. My biggest fantasy is you shave your moustache off and put on a dress. Yeah, I'm not really that open-minded, to be honest with you. But if there was a tranny in the room right now and I was talking to them, I could lie to their face and say, it doesn't make a difference to me, but like, fuck, it doesn't. So the real answer to that hypothetical is sober, hard, no. Drunk, hard, yes. Okay, that's me done for tonight. Send in some hypotheticals. That was kind of fun. I enjoyed that. If you've got anything you want me to ignorantly tiptoe through, send it in, and I'll start doing them on Mondays. Also, if you're a new listener and you want to listen from day one, go to Spotify and any other podcasting host. The only place you can't get day one is from Apple Podcasts or iTunes, unless you subscribe. So if you want to listen from day one, go get that. Also, send in some fucked up Friday stories this week. Yous are doing fuck all. So it's Monday now. Get the pen to paper and get it to me. All right, see you the fuck later.